What's going on, everybody? Thanks to those joining me live, those that be joining me on the archive. I shouldn't be here that long. I just wanted to come on here and announce that the Hispanic Causin Panic of the Year nominees are out. Okay, so give us your thoughts, your votes. We take it all in. There's going to be, of course, other factors, but that plays a big role, right? Your voice matters, right? And for those watching on whether it's Twitter/X, Instagram, YouTube, you name it, all of it is out. We're gonna go over it in a little bit, but let me first explain Hispanic Causing Panic of the Year. Now we've only this is the third straight year now that it's been done. Um, and I'm just going to continue it. We're going to continue the Hispanic Causin Panic of the Year. We'll do it for the men and for the women. And let me tell you what it means. It doesn't mean it's not the same as like fighter of the year. That's not what it means. That could help, right? Being the fighter of the year, having a great year, and definitely is a huge help. But there's other factors. It goes down to the name Hispanic Causing Panic. And it's a fighter with Hispanic roots, obviously, that is causing some type of panic, whether it's good or bad, whether it doesn't matter who he's causing it to. It could be causing it to his opponents. He could be causing it to the fans, to promoters, to whoever. Right? It could be good. It could be bad. It could be it could be it could be havoc in a good way, in a bad way. And it could be anybody in the boxing industry. It doesn't necessarily need to be a boxer, right? Although most that are nominated and those that have won have been boxers, but you don't necessarily have to be a boxer to be the Hispanic Causin Panic of the Year. For example, last year De La Hoya was nominated as a promoter. 2 years ago, Mauricio Suleiman was nominated as the president of the WBC, and he's been nominated again, by the way. He is in the mix. Mauricio Suleiman, from his decisions to say Russians are not allowed to fight, to or not sanctioning their fights, that is, unless they denounce Russia, yes. From saying that women are still holding his ground, still saying women will not be allowed to box 3 minutes as long as the WBC sanctions it, and doubling down, tripling down, right? Going after the Ring magazine and saying that they're in it for the money and getting mad when people ask him about the sanctioning fees, getting angry in interviews, going after the media. I think I got disconnected there. Let me connect back up. There we go. Okay. I think I'm back up now. So it encompasses all that. So keep that in mind. All right. Keep that in mind. Some of the nominees were not mine. Like other people nominated, then that's fine. At the end of the day, we'll see. But I have my reasoning, and we're gonna do an ATP show. We're gonna obviously talk about it, and I really don't know who wins until that ATP show. Just putting that out there. But everything plays a factor. So let's go over right now. Let's go over the women first. Okay, go over the women. And again, I was talking about that. It's not a fight of the year award, but of course, being a fight of the year does help. Or having a good year in the boxing world does help. Just putting that out there. Let's go to talk here about the following here. So, first of all, so here are the women that have been nominated for Hispanic Causin Panic of the Year. As you can see, 2023 Women's Hispanic Causin Panic of the Year. Here are the nominees. And Erica Cruz, Amanda Serrano, Sinisa Estrada, and Jessica Neri Plata. All of them worthy, you know. Neri Plata winning unification fights in dramatic fashion. Sinisa Estrada had 2 fights, I believe, but A little bit of a quiet year, but she's very active on social media. Has been making a lot of noise. Still beefing with Estrada, by the way, with the Spars. I mean, Amanda Serrano, we all know, has been trying to pioneer this 12 rounds, 3-minute thing. And she's hell bent on it, and she's moving forward with that to the point where she's vacated her WBC belt, the opposite of what Marisol was doing. Tug of warning with Marisol Sulaiman. Will they be co-winners? We'll see. One male, one female. And of course, you had that war with Erica Cruz. And speaking of Erica Cruz, defining her performance against Amanda Serrano in a close fight, bloody affair, comes back, beats Melissa Parker, and won another fight after that. Very active year for Erica Cruz, and putting her stamp in the boxing world for sure. In my mind, you could, say that she's the Hispanic Causin Panic of the year. So trying to get the other thing up here, so bear with me. Been very busy lately, but I'm still coming on here doing these lives for you guys. But now look, when it comes to Jessica Neri Plata, I think she had a phenomenal year. By the way, fought twice. Okay, she recently fought just a couple. It was maybe 2 weeks ago, in Germany. Okay, and won a split decision there against Borman, and of course Kim Clavel from Canada beat her as well. So a big year for her. All right, without a shadow of a doubt, big, huge year for her. So all of them have had tremendous years, but there could only be one Hispanic Causin Panic of the year for the women. 2 years ago, Sinisa won it. Last year, Amanda Serrano won it. Will one of them win it again, or will one of these other girls win it? What can help is you guys giving your input, whether it's on Instagram, whether it's on Twitter. I'll be posting on TikTok as well, or here on YouTube. You can give your input, and most importantly, you could vote, right? So go to my community page and vote on who you believe of these 4 ladies should win. All right. So make sure you vote, and I'll show you guys how we could do that in a moment. But first, let's talk about the men. There's several nominations here. 2023 Men's Hispanic Causin Panic of the Year. We have Bam Rodriguez. As we know, he had that big win over Edwards. That was a big win for him. All right. And put everybody on notice at 112 pounds. And I think he established himself as the best in the weight class. More great things. He's also last year's winner for Hispanic Causin Panic of the Year. So he gets an automatic entry because of that. It's a new rule I've invented. So he's in the mix. He's also some Calix wanted to put in as well. So there he is. You guys can vote for him if you feel he should win. All right, we got Emmanuel Navarrete. Tremendous year. We have to fight with Liam Wilson, spitting out the mouthpiece. We have rumors, speaking of conspiracy theories about the weigh-in and the scale. All types of panic in that sense. And then, of course, beating up on Oscar Valdez, making it look relatively easy, just dominated Valdez in every single way. One of the best performances of the year. It just fell short of getting nominated by me, but it was definitely a great performance. And, of course, he had that Fight of the Year candidate and an amazing fight with Consecao. Consecao was defiant, and they had a draw. So big year, an active year for Navarrete. Of course, Teofimo Lopez with a great performance against Josh Taylor. Who could forget that? He just goes out there and completely outclasses Josh Taylor, and becomes lineal 140-pound champion, ranked champion, WBO champion. Huge year for him. And, of course, we saw all the shenanigans going in, talking about death and that he wants to kill Josh Taylor. He apologized afterwards, but nonetheless, and he unretiring. Is he going to relinquish the belt? Not relinquish the belt? I mean, all types of controversy, as always, with Teofimo Lopez. rumors about his mental state, goes out there, has a great performance, okay, against Josh Taylor, gets back on the pound for pound list on most people's lists. I think Teofimo Lopez is one of the odds-on favorites to win the Hispanic Causin Panic of the year. It's somebody I really wanted to put on here, and you're more than welcome to vote for him. And of course, we have Subriel Matias, who has completely, what is it, like 5 opponents in a row, no massing them, just completely dominating, decimating dudes, okay, having them retire on the stool. I know some of you will be mean and say the Q word. I'm not going to say it. You could say it if you want. I'm not going to say it. Okay, but Subriel Matias has been completely shutting dudes out, overwhelming them, having them say no mas in the stool, corner stopping it, you name it. He is on fire, and my God, has he been causing some panic for sure. He's also an odds-on favorite, in my opinion, to potentially win this award, and I really wanted him on. I'm telling you right now, don't sleep on Subriel Matias. He may be the Hispanic Causin Panic of the year. Another one is David Benavidez. Here's another one that I wanted in. Okay, I'll say it. I think he's an odds-on favorite. He's the only person that was named for a while, by the way. For a while, it's going to become full-blown HCP of the year and do no poll. But thankfully, some people responded, give me some names. Okay, but David Benavidez, I've noticed something about David Benavidez. There's very few people in between with him. Either you love him or you hate him. Say whatever you want. People were talking about his fights afterwards. Say whatever you want. There was a lot of, it was very personal. It was mostly with his dad, but and you could almost say his dad maybe could have been nominated as a trainer, by the way, but I put David instead. But it was a very personal rivalry going into that fight with Caleb Plant. It got extremely, like, almost uncomfortable levels of personal, but they squashed the beef afterwards, like men do. Okay. Men don't stay petty. I've noticed it's the women that stay petty. The men don't stay petty. They squash that beef once they fight it out in the ring. David Benavidez said, hey, I'm going to be the bigger man. So did Caleb, and he squashed the beef. But nonetheless, also he fought the quote-unquote boogeyman, right, of Andrade, and completely annihilated one of the best performances of the year. Okay, and it had some people shook out there, in my opinion, although some saw it coming. But I understand it's going to be people that, for whatever reason, don't want to be sold on David Benavidez. For whatever reason, I'm not impressed by him. Yawn. I'm not impressed by David Benavidez. Who cares? And I think I know what it is, and we'll talk about it in HCP. I think it's the dynamic of fans feeling that they need to pick between him or Canelo. Man, I'm a fan of both guys, and people got a problem with that too fucking bad. I'm a fan of both guys. I hope they fight too. I want to see the fight. Okay. Speaking of Canelo Alvarez, I mean, how could he not? Third straight year for Canelo being nominated. He won it in 2021. He fell just short to Bam last year. In a lot of people hated that decision, but nonetheless, Bam was the HCP of the year. And Canelo once again in the mix. You can't deny the guy. The guy's in the Forbes list, by the way. The guy is all over the place. He's cussing people out in English. He was calling Jermell Charlo fake. He signs a deal with PBC, made headlines, made headway. He was the result of a lot of heated debates and conversations, without a shadow, without a lot of panic being caused. And not to mention, he had 2 successful title defenses of an undisputed crown at 168 pounds. So there's that in-ring, and he shut out Jermell Charlo after the years of Jermell talking all that smack. Doesn't show it. Jermell Charlo showed more energy against his wife than he did against Canelo. All right. And that's just the reality. Shut him out. Completely outboxing with skill. In that, it had nothing to do with size, but that was all skill. I don't care. They're going to try to, soften the blow. Like, oh, he went up. He was a lot bigger. Same size. He beat him with skill. That's how he beat him. Now, and I don't think Canelo's that much bigger than Jermell, quite frankly. Also, but you see how that's going to cause some panic? It's going to cause some panic, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I'm not reading the chat because I'm looking at the share stream, guys, by the way, but I'll get to that in a moment. I don't even know who's commenting. But Canelo Alvarez definitely gets a nomination. And then you see all the panic he caused when he came out with some rappers, right? And everybody was getting all like, oh, he should have come out to mariachi. He had people all going crazy and shit. Okay, then he wore like purple or some shit or some like I don't know, man. I wasn't a fan of his colors in the ring against Jermel, but I mean that calls a sure too. Not to mention all his partying and singing and rapping and all that good stuff. Saul Canelo Alvarez has definitely caused a lot of panic in and out of the ring, and that's what the award. And not to mention all his accomplishments, so not and all that. So there you go, Mauricio Suleiman. That's right. Oh man, Mauricio Suleiman might very well become the Hispanic Causin Panic of the year. All right, Mauricio Suleiman. I mean, you need to consider him at the very least. I'm just gonna say that. Now, people don't even know this. Like 2 years ago, I was this close to naming Mauricio Suleiman the Hispanic Causin Panic of the year. I was very, very close. And that year, he's caused more panic this year than that year. I'm just gonna put that out there. All right. He almost beat out. It was Canelo's undisputed year, and Canelo like accomplishments that just got the edge on him. But this year, Mauricio has really taken the cake, and I really want people to consider Mauricio Suleiman. I'm not saying he's my favorite guy on the list. I'm not even saying he's going to win, but you need to consider him as a dark horse, potentially winning this one for all the panic he's caused. Okay, all the distress he's caused. I mean, this dude, I mean, he's just allowing Jamal Charlo to keep the belt for all that time and but giving Devin Haney deadlines, his inconsistencies, I mean, the list is long. Charging sanctioning fees to interim champions. I mean, you can't make this shit up, bro. Going after the ring, right? To say that they're a business, they cannot be taken serious. He went after BoxRec, bro, because BoxRec won't recognize Bridgerweight. This is crazy, bro. Like, I'm just like, this dude is out here and he has the ability to change the course of actions. Okay, he has the ability to make changes that can impact our sport, and then doubling and tripling down against Amanda Serrano. So you will not fight for 2 minutes and accepted a resignation as champion. Will not sanction that fight. Because he believes women should not be able to fight 3-minute rounds. He did a study. Is that study peer-reviewed? I don't know. I have no idea. Did anybody review that study? I have no clue. My answer is I have no idea, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Dos Matador, I'm not denying that, but and it's not in a good way, ladies and gentlemen, but he's caused a lot of panic. Hey, nobody said it has to be a good thing. Sometimes the bad guys in life win. All right? And I'll tell you right now, it would be a glorious day if Mauricio Suleiman were to win Hispanic Causin Panic of the year. I mean, it would be such a glorious day, I swear to God. It would piss off a lot of people, but that's the point. What did the dude win this award and cause all the panic that this dude could cause? I'm just putting that out there. I know, we got to give it to a fighter. You don't have to give it to a fighter. Mauricio Suleiman, second time nominated. I was convinced 2 years ago, true story. I was convinced that Mauricio Suleiman, I was dead set. But Nancy talked me out of it. Said, you got to give it to Canelo. Okay, first of all, that was the year Canelo shoved Caleb and slapped him across the face with a karate chop or whatever it was, broke his glasses and shit. So, like, that kind of helped. Plus, he became undisputed. So, it was just too much for Mauricio Suleiman. But Mauricio Suleiman has a greater case this year than he did 2 years ago. All right? Not to look at the influence. I don't want to, I'm just saying, don't discount Mauricio Suleiman. Don't be a hater now. Give credit where credit is due is all I'm saying. All right? You let me know who else you believe could be nominated for Hispanic Causin Panic of the year. And here's how you guys could vote, okay? So check this out. Give me a second. All right. So right here, as you can see, we got 2 polls for the men. Emmanuel Navarrete, Mauricio Suleiman, and David Benavides on 1 poll. You could go there and vote, guys. You know, and share it. If you guys could share it, that'd be much appreciated. Let people know about it and get your vote in. Mauricio Suleiman only has 3% of the vote. That is atrocious. I mean, the value of Mauricio Suleiman, you guys are just underlooking it, but Emmanuel Navarrete and David Benavides are definitely, you know, two good choices. So, and that's poll number 1, right? That's poll number 1. And then there's poll number 2. And this one is Bam Rodriguez, Teofimo Lopez, Subriel Matias, and Canelo. By the way, the top 2 in each one I'm gonna have one more poll for it, and we're gonna get a feel, right? We're gonna get a feel where you guys are at. Make your voice be heard. Bam Rodriguez beating Canelo right now, 38-20. That's crazy. Subriel Matias with 24% of the vote, and Teofimo Lopez was only 11%. What is going on, bro? I thought there was disrespect for Mauricio Suleiman was bad. These are my dudes. Teofimo Lopez, Subriel Matias, and Mauricio Suleiman are all in because of me. I put them in. You guys are just denying them. Like, what's going on right now? I need you to consider these guys. I'm just saying. Give it a consideration, is all I'm saying. Right? But nonetheless, the top 2 will go to that final poll, and then we'll do the final poll. Doesn't mean that's going to be the winner, but it's going to be very influential on who wins. By the way, just putting that out there, it's going to help the argument. And then, of course, the women. Okay, you could also vote on the women's poll, so make sure you do so. Jessica Neri Plata, Amanda Serrano, Erica Cruz, Senisa Estrada. Consider the substance, not just who you like, but the substance. And feel free to leave a comment and give that argument, right? If you give an argument, it always helps at the end of the day, right? A lot of these guys that I put on, someone gave me an argument for it, so I put them on there. Okay, it was a good argument. I said, okay. You know, somebody suggested Navarrete, and I said, okay, I'll put them in. It was a good argument that they gave me, all right? So make sure you provide us with that. Also, if you're on Twitter, you know, if you could retweet it, like, you know, like this, that'll be much appreciated, and like it. All right. That'll go a long way, by the way, if you could repost it now, because it's on X, and help us out with that. Okay. It's just to put it out there and leave a comment, you know, quote share it and tell us why, who you think should win. I'm just saying. Or who you don't think should win, or whatever the case is. I mean, it's whatever to me, but give us your vote. All right. And it's like that. Okay. Now, granted, it's all good. Doesn't matter right now. I just want people to listen, tune in, and kind of take in what I'm saying. Right. So make sure you go to the community page, do your vote, and let us know. Let us know who you voted for. Put your name out there and give an argument. Maybe somebody will read it and they'll vote just like you, right? For Hispanic Causin Panic of the Year, women and the men. If you don't follow me on Instagram at @dstyle_boxing, you could also leave comments there. So, hey, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Like I said, it's not going to be a long live. All right. I just wanted to come on here and kind of tell you guys what's up. Those that's just coming in, you could go back and listen. Those watching on Twitter, hey, remember to retweet. It's all good. And let us know who you think should be the Hispanic Causin Panic of the Year and why. Okay? Why did they cause the most panic? Why are they the winner? Let us know, right? Okay, and next ATP podcast, it'll be this week. I'm not sure when, but we're going to do it. We're going to talk about it further, and we're going to officially give you the winners for each category. And there you go. Okay. This is D-Style Boxing. Keep it boxing. Okay. Happy New Year's, by the way. I haven't seen you guys since last year. All right. Have a good one, everybody. I'm out. Feliz Navarrete. Never win.
Feliz
Never win.
Feliz
Never win.
Próspero año y felicidad.
Peace out, guys.
11, 10,